Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kim and I am Barbara's daughter. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today is Monday, December 21st, and it's been quite a while, I think about a month since my last Flosstube video, so I have a ton of stuff to show you, including some FFOs that are holiday gifts, so I need to do a Flosstube now before I give them away and can't show you anymore. So I am filming this before work, because if I don't do it now, it is not going to get done this very busy week. So I'm going to get started right away and show you some FFOs that I have. The first one is a Stitching with the Housewives piece, and it is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and I stitched on black. I know I never stitched on black, but I did, and it was fine. It was easy. This is 18 count Aida. I had no problem, so now I'm thinking, oh, what else can I stitch on black? This sign is from Hobby Lobby. My mom got it for both of us, and I think this piece fits pretty good on it. I have two boards behind the stitch piece, one with the red and black check, and one with black and white polka dots. So that has been up in my house as a little decoration this season. The next two FFOs are things you've seen before, but I have finally framed them. So this is Miss Bingley's Library, stitched on 36 count color and cotton brown sugar, called for colors. I started this back in, I think, April. Then it went on a hiatus because I didn't like it. I was frustrated with the house. Then I brought it out and stitched a bunch and realized I had a huge mistake and had to rip out half of what I stitched. But I got it done and I love it. This is just a frame from Hobby Lobby that was on clearance, so I laced it and framed it myself. I actually am just noticing now I need to put something else, like a piece of cardboard behind it, because I think there's actually too much room in the frame, so I need to do that so that the mat board doesn't bend. So that is gonna hang downstairs. I have plans for a patriotic cross-stitch wall, which is going to cause me to rearrange everything that I have hanging downstairs. So that's after the new year, we'll be doing that. But these two pieces are not patriotic, so they'll go elsewhere. This is Lantern Lane by Little House Needleworks. I did not stitch the whole thing. This fit in an 8x10 standard frame from Hobby Lobby, and I stitched it on 36 count silk weaver, but I don't remember the color. I did not use the called for threads. Well, I used some of them, like the green is what's called for. The house is not. There's a couple that are called for, and then the other ones I just used what I had in my stash. So this, I really think, it is kind of Christmassy, but only because of the colors, and I could probably leave that up all year if I wanted to. All right, the next gift is a present for my mother-in-law. So Mary, if you happen to be watching this before Christmas, turn it off or your present is going to be ruined. You can watch this after the new year. I had bought this tin, and I bought this and a couple other tins because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. I ended up using this one for the not Stitching with the Housewives, hands-on design year in chalk, which I did not do in all black and white. I did them all on different fabrics with different colors. So this is the December one, and I have this on here with two magnets. So I basically finished this piece by putting a little batting on a piece of mat board and then wrapping the stitching around it, and then no batting on this, just fabric around this piece of mat board. A little bow with a jingle bell in this case, and most of the other ones have like a button in the center of the bow. And then I did felt on the back just because it was a gift. I normally wouldn't care, but, and then stuck the magnets on there with, I used E6000 glue for the magnets because I wasn't sure they were going to stay. And then it just sticks to the tin. So inside the tin, I have all the other months. So I'm going to take those out and show you, but I have them wrapped in between tissue paper because when I was putting the magnets on, my fingers were getting like black, and I thought, oh geez, I don't want the magnets up against the stitching. So they're in between tissue paper. And this is a good way to check to make sure the magnets are still stuck on. Here is January. Let it snow. And February, you hold my heart. March says, may luck be yours. And some of these, like, this is obviously March, but some of them could really be for different months, depending. Like Hello Spring could really be March because spring starts in March, but this is April. May, plant seeds of joy. A little string hanging there. And so they all have the felt on the back and the magnets. June is catch a wave. July is red, white, and barbecue. This is August, summer, don't go. I think this one might be my favorite. I don't even like camping. Please, I'm staying in a hotel, not in a tent. I'm too spoiled to go camping. Sleep under the stars. That is super cute though. And then that was September. And then October, let them eat candy. And I changed the colors completely on this one because I found actually a ribbon that I didn't use on this piece because it was too big, but it had the aqua and the orange in it, and I loved it. And then November is thankful and grateful. And then you already saw December on the box. So they will go all back in here, and she can store them in the tin and then just put the month that we're in on the front. Hopefully she likes it. Okay, here it is. If you follow me on Instagram, you know my greatest finish this week, my greatest FFO, was Lady of the Flag. I finally finished the beading, and then I laced it up. You can see I haven't put the paper on the back of the frame, but here she is. Oh, my ring light is glowing in the glass. So this is Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. And when I did this, I watched Jessie Marie has a video where she talks about what she used to stitch it. And she has another video where she shows herself doing the beading. So before I started, I happened to find those videos and I basically followed everything she did. So it's stitched on the same fabric, which is 32 count vintage blue whisper by Zweigart. Called for DMC. I used petite treasure braid instead of the Kreinik. And I used Delica beads instead of Mill Hill beads because I like the shape of them better. They're more consistently cylindrical, if that makes sense. And so I just went online and found a conversion chart for the beads from Mill Hill to Delica. So try and get up close so you can maybe see some of the beads. I did put this behind glass. This is the only cross stitch piece I have behind glass. And trying to help you see it without that ring light in there. I got museum glass from Hobby Lobby. My husband made the frame. I didn't want anything super fancy. I wanted the stitching to just be what you looked at and not the frame. But he made this out of pine. The whole piece that he got cost about $60. The glass itself cost about $60. So that's not too bad to frame it myself. It's not perfect. I laced it as tightly as I could without making myself nervous that I was going to bend the foam core board or pull the linen too tightly. So what I did was I pinned it first so I could get it on there straight. And then I laced it loosely. I pulled out the pins and then I tightened it. There are spacers between the glass and the fabric so that the fabric is not touching the glass, and also that allows for some room for the beads to be in there without getting squished. So, yeah, this is probably my proudest, I'm most proud of this out of anything I've ever stitched. I started this December 22nd, 2018, so 2 years ago tomorrow. And I didn't work on it, you know, consistently every day. There were months I didn't work on it, but I had this pattern thanks to my friend Regina, who let me borrow it, and I have kept it safe, Regina, and as soon as I can see you in person, I will return it. So I've had some questions about if I'm selling the pattern or anything. It's not my pattern to sell, or not. I don't think I would sell it anyway, but I'm just really thrilled to have been able to stitch it and to be done stitching it. So I am kind of interested in stitching Queen of Freedom, and I am stitching Lady Justice. I seem to like the patriotic mirabilias, but not that I don't like the other ones, but I don't know that I would stitch many of the other ones, although I have thought about some of the mermaid ones, like to go with kind of a nautical theme. Actually, in this room, I'm working on a couple nautical pieces that I thought would go in here. So maybe I would stitch something else, but right now I don't have any plans to start any other mirabilias right now besides Lady Justice, which I've already started. So that's Lady of the Flag. Super excited. So this is what's going to be front and center on my patriotic stitching wall. And I also have the American Sampler by Plum Street, and I have Salute to Abigail by Blackbird Designs, and a couple other smaller pieces. So once I get that after the holidays, I'll set that up and I'll take some pictures and show you. All right, so that's all my FFOs. So I'm going to go ahead and do whips. So a lot of the things I stitched on were, oh, wait, that's not all my FFOs. I have some little pillows that I have to show you. Okay, I had taken these out to iron them and left them on the ironing board. So, a couple cute little pillows. This is one of the ornaments from Stitching with the Housewives. I did it on the dotted fabric. I'm blanking on what that's called now. I think it's 36 count. Snowflake on the back. I use cluster stuff to stuff my pillows, and then I iron them so they get a little flatter. One thing about my pillows is, you see this? Whoop, curve here. Vanna doesn't have that curve. Vanna, what am I doing wrong? I watch her tutorials. I see how she stuffs everything. I still have curves. I don't know. So that is that little guy. This is another Stitching with the Housewives. It's only part of it. I think it was an ornament. It's a little truck, and I just did the truck, and I think there was more on the ornament. And it's got the same fabric on the back, teeny tiny. Put it in a little dough bowl, or I could have made it into an ornament, but I just like the idea of pillows. And then Lori from Mischievous Stitches and I have been stitching the Plum Street Mystery Sampler from 2015. You can find it on their blog. And I only got 3 days done this year, but I'll get the rest done. But I did fully finish the 3 that I did. So here's first day. So Partridge in a Pear Tree. And I'm just finishing them all with this same fabric on the back. And again, it's like super curvy. Well, that's where I sewed it shut too. So I'm not sure if that's why, because I didn't do it in the back. I did it on the bottom. So that's first day. Second day. A bunch of other people are stitching these too. My friend Dee is stitching them, and I think some other Flosstubers are. And there's third day. Most people are ahead of me, but I got a lot of other stuff done this year. So I like stitching these. This is on Victoria Clayton hand-dyed linens. It's a 36 count. I don't know the color that this is. but it's a nice fabric to stitch on. And I'm using a Gloriana silk. I think it's poinsettia that I'm using. I always want to say pomegranate, but I think it's poinsettia. That's the red. Okay, now I'm done with all my FFOs. So I will show you my whips. And this is in no particular order, just what I've been working on lately that I haven't finished. I was looking at, oh, do I want to do a new start on January 1st? I won't have time on Christmas Day to do a new start probably, so I probably won't have time to do much stitching at all, which is fine. But I don't know that I want to do a new start because I have so many big projects that I want to work on. Like this one, I haven't touched it in months, but I just had an urge to do it. Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. Here's a bigger picture. I am in the middle. I did this block here a long time ago. And I am in the middle of this boat. So that's what I have been working on. And so you can see I had done that block. And here is where I am with that middle block, which is really like 2 blocks wide. So I'm just working on some of the sails. This is 36 count Picture This Plus. I think it's Heartland. I seem to remember that, but I don't have it written down in front of me, so I'm not sure, but I think it's Heartland. So I'm hoping to finish that double block at least before I put this away for a little while and work on something else, but we'll see how it goes. Another thing I've been working on is my son's stocking, which is a toy soldier. And this is coming along. I really am enjoying doing this. This is a Stony Creek pattern, and I definitely, I prefer those than the Dimensions kits. I had started a Dimensions kit for him with a stocking, and I put it away. I didn't care for the fabric, so then I was going to restart it on different fabric. But, you know, you've used their flosses, so now it's like, I don't know, I could order more, but is that... I just started over with a new pattern. So this is where I'm at on the stocking. We've got his hat and his head, his hair, and his shoulders done. And I did most of the chest. His belt actually starts right there. So I'm going to do the arms next and then his legs. And then I think I'll probably put him away for a little while. My goal is to have it done for next Christmas. This is also Picture This Plus. This is 28 count. And I don't remember what, let me see. I think I'm using the called for. Of course, it doesn't really tell me. Oh, yes, it does. 28 count Picture This Plus doubloon. So I'm only using 1 strand on 28 count, and it does look different than the model. It looks much less covered. I feel like it's like a vintagey look. So I love it. I think it's great because I much prefer stitching with 1 thread than 2. So I think it looks great. I'm enjoying it. It's a win-win. The next project I've been working on, and I only have a terrible copy of my pattern here, is Christmas Garden, but you've all seen what this looks like. Celeste just finished hers, Celeste of Celeste Creates. I know Liz is working on it. I am using Victorian Motto threads. None of the threads that I have are available still, so I will say them, and if you happen to have them, great, but you can't buy them anymore because I know that my red says last one on it, so I know they're not available. So that red is Scarlet Carnation. The dark brown is Dark Chocolate. The green is Glory of Ireland. And the light brown or gold color is called Burnished Gold. So these are the colors that I'm doing. they're brighter than the called for colors. And I've been seeing some people, you know, using the called for and going, oh, gee, did I make a mistake? I love the way they look with the called for colors, but my decorating for Christmas is bright red and green. So I'm really happy that I chose these colors. I think they look great. And I'm happy with how that's coming. I definitely am not finishing it this year, but I'm hoping to get that top third done so that I can continue to work on it over the year and have it done for next year. This is the time of the year where we say, oh, it'll be done for next Christmas, right? Next project I worked on a little bit was Country Cottage Needleworks Ice Creamery. This is from, what is it called? Snow Village. I'm doing these on the 18 count Aida. That's the gray with white polka dots. And I'm almost done with this. I think I just need to do like the tree and the snow. So I'm trying to do them all, make them into ornaments or pillows to put in a bowl, something. I haven't decided. I did 2 others so far, which actually are right here. I'll get them and show them to you. So far I've done, this is the snowflakes for sale. And this is frozen hot chocolate. So I've got those 2 done and just working my way through. I think there are 11 of them because one of them is a double piece. Okay, last whip is Blackbird Designs in Friendship's Way. Didn't finish this for Thanksgiving. That's okay. It'll be done next year. So let me move my floss. I didn't iron any of my whips. Sorry about that. But since it's early in the morning, it was either do it unironed or don't do it. So I'm working on the roof and filling that in. And then I'm going to go down and fill out the rest of the house. I got the border done, except for there were flowers in each of these little sections that I have to go back and do. And then that big pot full of yummy fruits and the big pumpkin. So, yeah, I just got out of the Thanksgiving stitching mood, so I put that away. Get back to that next year. Okay, so, haul and Stitchy kindness. We had an exchange with my Stitchy group. We don't get to see each other because of COVID, but we Zoom. Well, twice a week they Zoom. I usually do not get on there as regularly as I'd like to, but we had a gift exchange where we stitched something for each other and mailed it, and then we got on Zoom and we opened it. So Dee, my friend Dee, had me, and she did this adorable ornament. Oh, I try and get it so the ring light. Let me see if I turn that light off. How bad is it? How dark is it? Ooh, it's kind of dark. Okay. Hard to see. It's an adorable penguin. It says North Pole on the sign. He's in a snow globe, and she finished it into an adorable ornament with jingle bells and a bow. So this is hanging on my Stitchy tree. And she also gave me an adorable needle minder. It's got a Christmas tree. It says Merry. Actually, it goes this way. And she made me floss cards and put them on a ring with a snowflake charm, and actually 2 snowflake charms. So thank you so much, Dee. Oh, and also for 2021, I've got my charms for my pillows so that I can mark them 2021. So thank you so much, Dee. I really love everything in my package, and it was a lot of fun to open everything and see what everyone had made for each other and stuff. So, all right, some things I purchased. Well, this one was free. This is Pandemic Sampler. And it's by Christy Stephenson, who is Sarcy Girl on Instagram. So there is her handle if you want to look it up. And I printed out some other freebies like the Merry and Minty Sal from Brenda Gervais. I don't have the, I actually don't think I have the Merry and Minty here, but I'm sure you all have seen it. If not, Google Brenda Gervais' Instagram or Facebook page. I also purchased from Kitten Stitcher this teacups pattern as a PDF. I collect teacups, and I have my grandmother's teacups that she collected, so I thought that would be good to put with it. When I ordered from Kitten Stitcher, I also got, where is it? Well, I got another pattern, but I'm not finding it here. It's the L. Jengers. Celeste just showed it on her Flosstube. I'm going to put a picture in right here to show you what it looks like. It's probably downstairs. I ordered it, and the floss that I'm using is not the called for. I'm going to use the Deb from Country Stitchers has done a conversion in mostly Gentle Arts in some weeks. And so I'm going to use that conversion. She has it posted on her Instagram page. I think it's Country Cabin Farms is her Instagram. So if you want to see that, she's stitching it and she shares her conversion there. I don't have fabric for it yet because it just came in the mail yesterday. So that's why I can't find it, I guess. So I'm excited to do that. I had ordered it, and then I watched Celeste's video, I guess it was maybe last week's video, where she pulled it out and said she had ordered it and wanted to stitch it. So I was like, oh, great minds think alike. And as I am, this room is such a mess. That's why you can only see me from here up, because I don't want you to see the mess that's all over the bed. But while I was moving my haul around, look what I found. 4th day. I knew I had finished that one. I have to make this into a pillow now. So I'm going to put it over here. One FO that I forgot to show you. All right, other things I bought. I purchased from Fat Quarter Shop. No, maybe it was 123 Stitch. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I love that it's done on aqua. They coffee tea dyed it. So I ordered, yeah, it was definitely 123 Stitch, because I ordered this, which is 36 count aqua linen by Zweigart. And I said, well, let me coffee tea dye it. And this is what it turned into. So I love it. I still don't know that that white is going to show, however. Especially because I only like one strand, right? I could do 2 strands. I could not do white. I could do the letters in red or green or something like that. But I like them in white. Or I could look for darker fabric, like a really bold blue, because when you coffee tea dye it, it really takes it down quite a bit. You can't really tell while you're tea dyeing it how much of a difference it's going to be, but once it's done, it makes a big difference. So yeah, these are the 2. I think you can tell the difference there. So I'm still kind of playing around with that, and obviously it would be for next year anyway, so we'll see how it goes. I also bought at the same time the new winter Let's Talk Winter from Hand Sent Design. And then I got my Picture This Plus Oaken was the fabric of the month from Crazy Annie. Crazy Annie's Stitching Club. I also bought this date book, the Needlework Enthusiast 2021 Book of Days. So Brenda and Laura used this. I used it in 2019, and then in 2020, I just got like a bullet journal, lectern journal, and used that. I'm going back to this because I just want to write what I'm stitching. I don't really want to write a lot more about it. This is what I worked on, just to have a record. And I might in the side, keep track of like either new starts, finishes, both, something like that. So I got that. And then Saturday, my mom and my sister and I went to Needleworkers Delight, which is our LNS. And I got a pattern from the Scarlet House. I've been wanting this one, Hannah's Brownstone. Somebody's been stitching this and I can't remember who, but I like that. I like a good house. So no plans necessarily to stitch that, but it's in the stash. I got some 36 count charcoal gray linen because since I did Santa Claus is Coming to Town, I feel like I could give this a try. And I also bought Driftwood by Silk Weaver because if you're there, you have to buy some of their fabric, even though I don't need any fabric, but you have to buy it. And I think that's all my purchases. I got a really lovely thank you card from Barbara, who is Nevada Stitcher on Instagram, and I think on Flosstube as well when she comments. And she had won a giveaway that I did, and so she sent me the Hands Across the Sea card that has like a chart on the back. And thank you so much for that. And I'm just looking around. I think that might be everything. Oh, one more thing. So I have all 12 of the hands-on design charts, and that is my giveaway for this week because I am surely not stitching them a second time. So if you are interested in these charts, let's just say in your comments, use the word chalk, C-H-A-L-K. And I will search for that next time I do a video and pull a winner, and it will not be until January. I think I'm probably going to be like once a month with my floss tubes, which I think will work pretty well for me and still, you know, not be like too much to show. So I will draw a winner for this on my next floss tube. Comment chalk in the comments below if you're interested in winning. This is the entire set of 12 patterns, and I will mail them anywhere. Please be 18, don't say giveaway, all the good rules of Flosstube giveaways. And I think that's it. I am planning on working on Hawkwood Hollow and my stocking for the next week or so in the little bit of stitching time that I think I'm going to have this week. And I just want to say that I hope that you are all healthy and well and doing okay. We're getting to the point where hopefully there is a light at the end of the tunnel with this pandemic. So that's always a good thing. And so I hope that you have plenty of time to be stitching and enjoying this wonderful hobby. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.